Hi there, welcome again. Thanks for tuning in. We're at Paris Blockchain Week, the whole week talking with interesting founders and key opinion leaders. And today I have with me
Hersi Shima.
Hersi Shima, beautiful name. What does it mean?
I don't think it means anything. I was born and raised in Albania. My mom just liked the name, but I don't think it's Albanian by any means.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
and what is it that you do?
Sure. So I come from a very TradFi background. I spent about 10 years at BlackRock on their global fixed income business. And then following that, I started to pick up on tokenization, RWAs, and really struck me as the next wave of investment management. That's the next, where all the money is going to be managed in the future, I believe is going to be on chain. And so I saw that happening, and of course there's a lot of waves. There's a lot of RWA happening. I think that a lot of times it's either maybe not actual financial asset, it's just more of an NFT-like asset. And other times you see players such even BlackRock or Apollo, and they're just tokenizing their own existing funds, which is very massive and so forth. But what I've really felt and knowing and having been in the industry for a very long time, there's a lot of really small, middle market, private credit managers, and they're very disaggregated. They're around global markets, and there's an opportunity to kind of come in, aggregate that deal flow, tokenize it, and present that deal flow to a unique set of investors globally via the magic of Bitcoin, blockchain technology and tokenization.
Okay, so are you guys primarily B2B or also B2C?
Great question. So right now, just due to the regulations and our focus on developed markets, we really are focused on institutional investors only.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is just much easier to really properly syndicate the deal, to raise that amount of capital, and to ensure compliance with all the regulatory frameworks in EU, in Singapore, UAE, Canada, and the US. And we will always continue to maintain that institutional presence, and that is the goal.
Yeah.
Have a platform where institutional investors can go in, get accredited, or sign in, get KYC'd, AML, then see the deal flow. But our goal and objective is, of course, to properly democratize access to retail investors. And I will say that democratizing or making private markets accessible to retail investors is not anything new. It's currently a big focus by private credit managers right now.
Yeah.
But this is about doing it on chain, and with that means unlocking a lot of the value adds from being on chain. And the main one of that is instant liquidity. You're able to trade your position, you're not locked in, you're able to borrow against that collateral, and of course we will be able to offer a lot of buybacks as well, and kind of use our balance sheet in the event that investor does want to exit the position, and this will be done without touching the underlying investment of the underwriter or the originators.
Okay, so, and how do you guys set yourselves apart from more traditional entities?
Of course. So again, I think going back to my original point, I do believe that tokenization will be the future of investment management.
Yeah.
And just like how currently now off-chain there's the massive industry players like BlackRock and Vanguard and alike. There's the VC shops. There's the small money market managers and everything in between. Okay. So really, for us, it's about finding that niche, and where we find that niche is in that kind of middle market, private credit type of managers. These are managers that they're focused on bringing in deal flow, underwriting, figuring out what is the best way to underwrite a deal to ensure they get the capital and get the returns that they need for their LPs. They don't want to spend a lot of time raising capital, dealing with LPs, operational onboarding, and so forth. So we can become basically one big LP for them, and then manage the remainder of the deal flow, the remainder of the investors rather, and do that on chain, and really kind of optimize for that use.
Okay, and what do you see as the biggest challenge for the coming 6 months?
Sure. I think we're in a different spot right now from a regulatory standpoint. There seems to be a big shift, for example, out of the U.S. regulatory market from being positive on blockchain space more broadly. But I will say that having been very focused on markets during Trump's first term, the one thing that I learned is that volatility is on the rise, and you can never discount it. And even though things may seem positive, there's a lot of volatility in between. So being able to kind of sort through the noise and ensure that you remain regulatorily compliant throughout and not just at the end of the cycle.
Okay. But seeing the market as it is today, have you also noticed a shift in client needs?
Sure. I think having spent time in TradFi, I think in hearing just like my friends and colleagues in the industry, there's a lot of money ready to be invested sometimes. That investors are looking for deal flow, for unique ways to get access to interesting things that may not be able to access to. So I think that really also this tokenization can really provide, because you can kind of step in, see if you're, let's say, a Canadian investor and you're interested in investing in Cyprus real estate, it's hard for you to have the connections and know an underwriter that's doing that. Whereas via the power of blockchain, via the power of our platform, you can log in, you can see, hey, this is very interesting. I am very interested in kind of, getting exposure to that kind of market. So really, I think that, opening up the opportunities for deal flow is really what is needed for a lot of investors.
Awesome. So one final question.
Yeah.
If you would have 60 seconds to pitch Liqvid to the public or to the institutions out there, how would you deliver it?
Sure. Liqvid aims to democratize access to private markets, doing so via a omni-chain regulatory compliant platform. It provides end-to-end structure and infrastructure for a lot of investors, and it connects capital allocators to high-quality deal flow. There you go, even less.
Wow, you heard it from the lady herself. If you want to know more about it, just check out bitcoinmagazine.nl. We'll write an article about it as well. And make sure you tune in so you don't miss out on anything interesting.
Great.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Take care.